my goodness gracious. Hey.
What is up, chat? How we doing? Type 1 in the chat so I can say hello. How we doing? How we doing, gamers? George, welcome to the stream. Doggy, Bylan, Miwa, Miku Monarchy, Sleepy Mellows, Astro, PK Play, Grim, Blue Sea Productions, Lovely, Fallen Darkness, Silver, Robbo Rose, Under, Elijah, cool username here. Upper Connor, Pumpkin Patch. Hilarious, welcome to the stream, gamers. How we doing? How we doing, gamers? Tell me about your day. How was your day so far? Let me go ahead and switch my camera over real quick. Oh, thanks, camera. Of course. I love how that's the first thing y'all see is my broken-ass camera. Just every single time. Consistently just fails. Every single time. I don't understand. How we doing, gamers? How we doing? Pretty good. Had volleyball practice today. I'm good. Good to hear. Woke up like 4 hours ago. My day's been good. We got Whataburger, and I watched my favorite YouTubers because they posted today. Fair enough. Yeah, it's on Twitch. Why is it actually on the Twitch? Hold up. That actually makes no sense. Hold on. Wait, what? That is the most perplexing thing yet. Okay. I don't know why. Because I'm not live on Twitch right now. I mainly just want to do one for YouTube. Kevin Jumpscare. Yeah, that was Kevin in the background. How we doing? Everyone says hi, Kevin. Hey, guys. Yeah, there's Kevin. No, we got demoted. Damn. Unfortunate. Anyways, how we doing, gamers? You know what? I'm just going to get rid of... Hold on. Let's get rid of these real quick. There. There we go. How's that, chat? Man, that goes out really far for some reason. There, chat. How's that? Is that a little bit better, maybe? There. Let's do that. There we go. Maybe that works a little bit more. Is that okay, chat? Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm hoping. Anyways, I'm just going to wait for like a few more people to get in here, and then I want to talk about a few things. They're going to be pretty important for today. Ugh. It's much better. Awesome. Very, very cool. I just got out of class, by the way, which has been really interesting. We're learning a lot of new stuff for cybersecurity. And so we're learning, like, a bunch of new stuff. We're finally getting into, like, Kali Linux and whatnot. So it's getting up there a little bit of difficulty to understand everything. But we're going to do okay. I think we'll be fine. You know? How's your headache? I still have a headache. You know? I'm about to do college soon in August. So that's cool. What are you going into, PK? PK Plague? What are you going into? Keeping the cybers safe. Sure. We'll go with that. What's up, Mara? How we doing? Okay. I think we got a few people in here now. Anyone else that is not able to make it at the start of this will be able to watch back the VOD a little bit. So, also, I hope the background noise isn't too bad. I've got my AC blasting because it was really hot today. If it's a little too loud, just let me know. And I'll go ahead and turn it off for a little bit because shouldn't be a terribly long stream. What's up, Donnie? How you doing? Okay, gamers. So, I want to talk about a few things today. That is particularly important for the main channel and for content going forward as a whole. If you were watching my Twitch stream, rather if you were on the live channel or my Twitch stream the other day, you'll probably know what this is going to be about, because I said I was going to talk about this particular topic for a while now. So we can go from there. When's episode 3 of Dawnbreaker? I will get to that in this stream. So, there's a few things I want to talk about. I want to talk about life as a whole. Because some of my, like, people that are on this channel in particular might not know what's been happening recently. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about what we've been working on just as a whole, and what what essentially is kind of the plan for everything else. I know that's really vague, but I can't really explain it well, so until I get to that point. So let's just go ahead and get straight into this. Also, there will be a time for questions, so don't worry. If you have any questions about anything in particular, I'd love to answer them. Gotta go have a good stream. All right, see you, Donnie. Have a good one, man. Okay. So, for those that particularly exclusively watch my main channel, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit crazy. You know, I just turned 22 last month, which is pretty insane. And for those that don't know, I'm in college now. I'm in university, studying cybersecurity. So it's been a very busy little bit, to be honest with you. It's been a little bit insane. But we've had a lot of really crazy things happen recently that I want to talk about, because this will be very important. Bro Studios, dude, I've gotten, not to pat myself on the back, I've gotten straight A's through university for this boot camp, so I'm a little bit proud of myself at the moment. But that's besides the point. Let me get on some music here. There we go. Okay. All right, nerd. Shut up, Sleepy Mellows. Anyways, so for those that don't know, videos as a whole for the main channel have definitely gone down quite a bit. Maybe you've been noticing it for a little bit. And so I want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about where we've been making a ton of content so far. For those that don't know, I'm going to bring up a channel real quick, and then it's better to just show you guys than to, like, just talk about it. Let me bring something up real quick. So for those that don't know, we've been making content quite a bit. In fact, we've been pretty much... Also, ignore the person. Yeah, I don't have the conductor from the Polar Express behind me. Don't worry. Essentially, if you've been watching my main channel exclusively, you might not know that we've been making content pretty much daily. And I do mean daily. Over on the live channel, we've been making a ton of content. That I'm very, very proud of. And let me just bring it up here. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm playing Minecraft at the same time, just doing some parkour. This, chat, is the live channel, alright? For those that have not seen it, this is where we've been making content for quite a while now. This used to be the TheStoryPainter VODs, where we would put all our VODs over here, and essentially just kind of go for it, right? This past year, we started streaming over here. We'd start doing dual streams over on the TheStoryPainter Live channel alongside our Twitch channel. So YouTube, we've been streaming on this channel and Twitch, essentially, right? Disregard the Wii Fit thumbnail. There's nothing wrong with the Wii Fit thumbnail. But if you look at our live channel, we've been making pretty much content almost daily. We pretty much upload 5 times a week, going live 5 times a week. And this is what we've been doing for a while now. We've been doing a lot of voice actors playthrough. We've played some of Earthbound SMP. We've been getting into the VR games for quite a bit. We've been voicing Undertale / Deltarune VODs. Just chatting. Like, pretty much anything, as well as, like, me being a part of Caboodle SMP. Ton of stuff, right? So we've been doing a lot of different games, played through One Shot, but we've been mainly making content over on the TheStoryPainter Live channel for some time now. And it's been absolutely a blast. Like, I cannot stress it enough. It has been probably the most fun I've had making content in quite a while. Oh, sorry, my eyes are tired because I've been up like a while. And so we've been making pretty much like everything over there for quite a bit. Now, we've also, just this past week, we've launched a content group known as The Silly Street. The Silly Street is a very exciting opportunity for a bunch of myself and my friends. And we've been having a lot of fun with it, getting that prepared. Let me bring that up as well for those that don't know what the Silly Street is. Let me just grab this. I'm not signing into X. Oh, I can't actually see if I'm not signed in. Well, fuck that. Hold on. I'll go through Kevin's account. Hold on. It's fine. Here we go. I help Kevin upload stuff. There we go. Okay, so this is the Silly Street. This is something we've also been working on quite a bit. Is a content group with a bunch of my friends and I doing a bunch of fun stuff. So some of the series that we'll be doing is like the Voice Actors Play, which if you've been on the main channel for a while now, it's some of the shorts that we've been doing and basically us playing through a bunch of games, Earthbound, and a ton of other new projects that are going to be basically taking place. So there's a lot of cool people that are in it, like Steel, as some of you know, Fish, Jonathan, some people like Frizz, Seth, and a bunch of people from PA, Earthbound, and whatnot. So a lot of fun stuff that we're going to basically be doing with this group. So we've been doing, and we've essentially been launching a bunch of new ideas. We've been launching some groups, and it's been a really fun time, to be honest with you. It's been a lot of fun. So doing all of this, a lot of people, you might be asking, I saw some people say in the chat, is like, talk about stress and stuff like that. To be honest with you, I have not felt stress with doing the live channel and with doing the Silly Street. I firmly believe that like what we're doing over there is just a ton of fun, and it's going to go some pretty big places, I'm hoping. And I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with people that I personally think are some of the coolest in the world. You know what I mean? So it's just going to be a fantastic opportunity for all of us. So you might be asking, like, what does this have to do with the channel as a whole? So that's what I kind of wanted to get into and I wanted to talk about. A lot of you know me, rather if you've watched me on Twitch or whatnot, or you've been a part of this channel for a while, is that I like to be very open with my audience. I like to be open with you guys and how I'm feeling about things, and just kind of letting you know about essentially where we're sitting right now. So with all this been happening, you've probably noticed that the uploads on the main channel have severely dwindled. Not as much as we used to do, especially since last year. We were posting Painter's Office quite frequently, and then ever since the end of Remnant, there hasn't really been a ton of uploads at all. To be honest with you, and this is something I've been thinking about for a rather long time, about how I feel about everything. And I was kind of talking to this about a ton of people, so I just want to come out and say it. I'm getting very burnt out with Minecraft roleplay as a whole. And I'm going to go into why, and I'm going to say what's basically what's going to happen result of this. Before anyone panics, I'm not quitting. Okay, that's just not what's happening. But I want to explain everything. So, I'm trying to think of where to start. Okay, these past few months, particularly with the live channel and what we've been doing, I've had the most fun I think I've been doing. I've had the most fun I've ever had, like, making content is over there on the live channel. And with my friends and I doing stuff on Earthbound and whatnot. And it has not been the exact same when it's come to Minecraft roleplay. I started Minecraft roleplay, I guess you could say officially, if you count, I would say like 16, 17. I started doing Minecraft roleplay. So that's about, what, 5, 6 years ago, roughly? Which is kind of insane. that, you know, we started from there, and now I'm like 22 at the moment. So a big thing when it comes to some of these series, and again, I have like a little bit of a notepad to kind of like go off of everything. But this is mainly me just improvising and winging it, on how I feel about certain things. And I might get some people in here to kind of help me explain things better, because I was doing it on their channels. But yeah, I'm feeling very burnt out. I'm feeling very burnt out of Minecraft roleplay as a whole. It started when we were doing Remnant. Remnant did not turn out the way that I was fully envisioning for a while. It ended on a very good note. It ended, you know, in the best way that we could. But there were some complications with Remnant, so it didn't end the exact way that I wanted it to. But over these past few months, you know, some of the series we've been doing, it's clear that they're not doing well. Some of the ideas that we've been wanting to do, we feel like are just not working with the channel. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. Again, I'm going to probably get a few people in the team to help me here. There you go. I just undeafened. Things change, which isn't always bad. So, okay. Big thing. And I mean this in anything I say in this stream. I mean this in sincerity. And I don't want anyone to think I'm just bitching or anything about that. About anything. Just keep that in mind. Over the past while now, especially through Remnant, and through the past year or so, it's been kind of feeling more and more so that what we put out, is particularly on the main StoryPainter channel, people are just not interested in. We kind of have this feeling that people are expecting one type of content from us. And because we are not producing that one type of content, we feel like there's not as much interest in the other stuff that we make. And again, this is starting to go back to a little bit when it comes to FNAF. I know that there's a lot of people on my channel that's what they essentially originally subscribed for, was us making Minecraft FNAF content. And I'm glad that people came in and they were watching our Minecraft FNAF content, because we had a lot of fun with it when it came out. But I feel like as time has kind of progressed, there's been multiple factors of just our channel kind of going a little bit down. Part of it is the fact that we don't make Minecraft FNAF anymore. And I think I've alluded to kind of why we kind of stopped making that type of content. But I don't know if I ever fully went into why. So if there's people here wanting to know why, I'm going to explain it. Essentially, we don't want to make that type of content because it's not us anymore. A lot of us no longer kind of feel passionate about making that type of content anymore. A lot of us started making that type of content when we were a lot younger. And a lot of us feel like a lot of us didn't want to be trapped in the same cycle of content over and over again. And we kind of highlighted this a little bit in the Retrospect series. If you saw the mini-series that we did for FNAF Retrospect, we kind of did a little mini-series, for those who don't know. And it was kind of based off of, the FNAF movie a little bit. Because we thought it would be a little bit silly while we try to get stuff like Dawnbreaker and that up and running. We kind of explained in that that series, and we tried to touch on it in a little bit more of an impactful way, that we cannot make that type of content anymore because it's not going to be the same thing as some of you might remember. Some of you have been here since day one, since we've produced that series. And we wouldn't be able to go back and we wouldn't be able to recreate something like that again. That's the first thing. Second thing, we just don't feel passionate about that type of content anymore. We're wanting to expand on stuff that's original to stuff that we particularly come up with, right? Originally, we were never even going to make a FNAF series. And then it was like, a bunch of people said, well, you should give it a shot. And I was like, okay, we'll go for it. And I don't regret it at all. And I don't want people to think I do. But at this point in time, we just don't feel like making that type of content anymore. I'm trying to remember all the points I was coming up with. Again, this is all in like my head. I'm trying to like explain things. Third, a lot of us just don't want to go down as just being Minecraft FNAF creators. There are a ton of Minecraft like FNAF channels out there that do incredibly well with the world that they've come up with. And I brought this up on like Twitch. Like I named a few of them. Like, what is it? Like I think stuff that like what Dylan's doing over in Pretty Depressed Productions. He's making cool shit. And if you feel very passionately about Minecraft FNAF, then absolutely go for it, right? For us though, we just kind of grown out of it. You have to think that we started this all as kids, and now literally all of us, Joseph included, and I've known that guy since he was just a young little creature. We're now all adults, and we just don't feel passionate about that. The fourth thing is that I've explained this a little bit in the past, is that it was very creatively, it was like a creative black hole in a lot of regards. What we want to do in things in like the BMC, right, the Blood Moon Corporation, or other aspects like with Josh as a character, we're very confined essentially for that FNAF series, and we weren't able to go off it. As well as I didn't want to expand, I didn't want the BMC to be known as a FNAF thing, right? So we couldn't really expand off of any more than that, because those are things like, especially like the BMC and the character of Josh, was never meant to be a FNAF related thing. We just tried to put our own spin on it to make it a little bit different, essentially. So there's like a ton of like reasons about why we're just not like cool with that type of content anymore. And I wanted to just express that like just verbally, right? So that people kind of know exactly where we're standing at this point. Another big factor, roleplay content is it's kind of leaning in a very different direction these days, and I'm not really sure what's been happening. It might just be the YouTube climate's been changing a little bit, or whatnot. But Minecraft roleplay, I feel like is, someone put it in chat, which I have to agree with, is starting to lean towards a much younger audience. And my audience has definitely gotten a lot older now. My audience, you know, when I was making, you know, the FNAF stuff and all that, my audience was relatively young. And now my audience is out, like, going to college and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So Minecraft roleplay in a medium is just starting to dwindle quite a bit. Become a lot more episodic over a consistent storyline. Yeah. So all this being said is that it continuously, at least from our perspective, is becoming more and more difficult to essentially kind of produce this content. And where the burnout is starting to hit is especially with multiversal and what's kind of happened with Resonance as well. I kind of brought up the FNAF thing as like a example of what people are expecting from us. For us, it's gotten like really draining and I'm just going to put it out here just because of what it is. It's gotten very draining to work on something like Multiversal, where you're putting in a ton of hours for it, to barely getting to see anyone watch it at this point. And I know that sounds like, and I don't want that to sound like super pessimistic or anything like that. But there is, unfortunately, like a very harsh reality when it comes to making this type of stuff. This type of content requires a lot of planning ahead, requires a lot of prep. For example, like in Multiversal, and I cannot stress this enough, the builders in Multiversal have spent enormous hours just to get those sets done. And that's a lot of time that it has taken them to work to get that up and running. And for me not to see that getting recognized, I don't want to say it sucks. It more so I just want my team to feel like I want my team. What's the word I'm looking for here? I want my team's talent to be recognized with the stuff that they make. And unfortunately, with just how everything's been changing, I feel like I'm partially kind of laying them down with that. When it comes to everything. So, particularly with Multiversal, you know, like just with some of the comments I've gotten, you know, speed it up or, you know, just a ton of other things. I don't know. It just kind of sucks for a lot of us because we put a lot of time into that. And, you know, I guess people are just not vibing with it. And even with, like, Resonance, those videos also take a significantly long time to make. And to just not see, just to not have, like, anyone watch it, it sucks a little bit. It's kind of getting to the point where it feels like, at least on more on some of the audience in this channel, and I love my community, don't get me wrong, it feels like if it is not a specific type of content, then it's not being watched. And it happens to when you make like different niches, unfortunately. And this is something that we were talking about earlier in a different stream and whatnot. It just kind of happens when you know, the channel was originally evolved around Minecraft FNAF, and it just kind of happens. But at this point, it's just getting to be draining. And it is, and I know it is also draining my team. One of the worlds that we're going to in Multiversal, there's only one more episode in the Sonic world. The next world that we're going to is going to be very interesting. The time that they put into that world and those builds is extraordinary. And it takes a lot out of them to do it. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of prep. There's a lot of things that go into Minecraft role-playing that some people just don't realize. And it gets to be a lot sometimes. So, all this being said for some of this, like even like Dawnbreaker especially takes tremendous time. This next episode we've gotten, like, is going to have elements we haven't had in like one of our main series in a long time, which is going to be very interesting. Another big thing when it comes to like the channel is that people's schedules have changed. People have different interests. In this next episode of Dawnbreaker, you know, even just like scheduling alone has been like the biggest problem. Because we have to get, for example, we have to get Toby, we have to get like another person that's in a completely different time zone. We got to get their schedule synced up, and every time the one is free, the other one's working. So scheduling's been really rough. So all this being said, and again, I don't know if this makes any ounce of sense because I'm just like word vomiting out there. Us trying to make Minecraft roleplay videos is getting significantly harder each day at this point. And what really hit me was when I was talking to a bunch of friends of mine. I was talking to Toby, Steele, Jake, Cersei, Seth, PK, Bun, and even like a ton of people over on Twitch. When I originally brought up that I wanted to kind of have this stream, I explained to them that I've been feeling... There is the camera. I've been feeling a lot happier making the content over on the live channel more than I have on this channel in quite a while. So that's where I'm kind of at as of right now. So that is something from what I've overheard. FNAF kind of puts you in a content bubble and you're now feeling the burnout of making MCRP content. Yes. I would probably say that is probably the most accurate thing. People are expecting, to summarize that, people are expecting one type of content. We no longer feel, we no longer want to make that type of content. Between scheduling and the time it takes to put out videos, it is becoming more and more stressful by the day. So that's where we're at. And I keep being told essentially the same thing from everyone I've talked to about this issue. Is that they said, you know, do what makes you the happiest. And, you know, if you're having more fun doing one type of thing, you kind of know what your answer is. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of projects that we have in the works that aren't pertaining to Minecraft altogether, like as a whole. We have projects that are going to be for streams. We have projects that are going to be for content with the Silly Street. And there's even a project that's behind the scenes that is going to be taking our storytelling to a new medium that is beyond Minecraft. Minecraft roleplay was always meant as a medium. It was never meant to be the medium for us. And some of the stuff that we want to do can't be done in this format anymore, especially with what we want to achieve. And between everything that's happened this year, with the voice actor series, with Caboodle SMP, with everything that's happened, it kind of puts me in a position where I have to think about a lot of things. I need to think about what's going to be better for my team at the end of the day, because I don't want to overwork my team. I don't want them to constantly work really hard to not see much out of it. And so I'm getting to the point where Minecraft roleplay might be going out of the picture at one point in time. We said we're going to give it a little bit to see how we feel about everything. Particularly, there's 2 worlds in Multiversal that we pretty much have done, and we have fully scripted. And those 2 worlds are going to determine how how we're going to move forward, specifically with multiversal. Because we have like a ton of worlds that we want to go to for multiversal. And the story we finally like in the Sonic world, we started teasing things with today's episode. We're going to see what happens. We're going to give it 2 worlds and see what happens. Same thing with Resonance. We're going to try an episode or 2 again, see what happens. And if they don't work out, they don't work out. You know, if it's not vibing with my community, that's okay. It's whatever. Dawnbreaker is going to be a big deal breaker. Because that one takes the most time. So, what I'm trying to say is, to summarize here, is that we're going to give it a little bit of time. If we are still feeling the same way after a significant period of time, it might be time to say goodbye to Minecraft roleplay as a whole. And I know that might be upsetting because there's people that have followed my channel for a while now. But there's a few things I want to say about that. Something that has been the story of the stuff I've made on my main channel has been about time. If you stop and think about it for a second, whether it's FNAF, whether it's Helltaker, Remnant, all these other series, something that's been on a message in the forefront of it is that you don't have much time. And you have to enjoy things while you have them. Because there's going to be a point when they're not there. That's a big thing. It happened, if you think about FNAF, in the FNAF series, rather it's with Emma, rather it's with some of these people that Josh called friends, there's a time. You have to enjoy the people that you know while they're there, or there's going to be a point that they're going to be gone. Same thing with Helltaker. Helltaker had the same type of premise, if you think about it, is that there was a season with James, and at one point, that was going to be done. And in Remnant, there's a time. You have all these people together. They had to fight what they could do. They had to fight for what they wanted to do. And at the end of it, the people that were with them, some of them didn't make it. Time. In the same way, this channel, at least with Minecraft roleplay, because I'm not going anywhere content-wise. I've been having way too much fun with content. There is going to be a time where it's going to be done. And I don't know from this point. So, and it's something I thought about a lot, especially after the Remnant arc was done. I was thinking about it. It's like, when is going to be the time that like these stories, at least in Minecraft, are going to be over? And to be honest with you, Dawnbreaker in particular, I wasn't going to say how many seasons there were going to be. Particularly Dawnbreaker was going to be the last one. Because Dawnbreaker was going to wrap up the story of James in particular. And some of the characters that were going to be in there. We have a ton of stories that we have like written down, but Minecraft roleplay is not going to be the best place for them. So we have some other ideas for what to do there. So storytelling is not going to be going away anytime soon. But I don't know. I never want to feel trapped or constantly stressed about something when it comes, especially the content with something I enjoy. I don't know. This is not a indefinite thing that I'm quitting today. But it's something I'm thinking about. I'm gonna see how Multiversal goes. There's still a few episodes of Painter's Office that we want to make. And of course, there was Dawnbreaker that we're going to be making. The thing I'm going to say about these past few months, though, is that although I've been thinking about this a lot, I'm not quitting today, Ori. Don't worry. The past few months on the live channel, what I really loved is the fact that people were watching it because it was us. It wasn't so much we were watching it for a particular thing. It was because people were watching it because it was us. That it was our silliness with it, our vibes with it, our, dynamic, essentially. The Voice Actor Play series really showcased that, and that's what we've been having some of the most fun with. But I don't know, just doing videos, just doing silly stuff with my friends has been the most fun I've had in probably 3-ish years I've done content. So I don't know. It feels nice that there's people watching us because it's us, not just because we're making Minecraft FNAF. You know what I mean? And I encourage anyone that's watching this that maybe if you feel like you're in the same position, don't feel like you have to be trapped in one thing or not. This is very scary for me. I don't know. I don't express it well. I have dreaded this stream for a while now. I've been dreading this stream. I was like, there's going to be a point where I'm going to have to make a stream where it's I don't know how I feel about Minecraft roleplay anymore. But if you get over that fright, eventually you could be stumbling upon something that is absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think of all the words I'm trying to say here. I don't know. I think a lot of us are just kind of getting to the point. It's becoming a little too much. And it's becoming a little too stressful. So another thing is a lot of the people that we know now are not in the roleplay community anymore. That's also a big thing too. Is that, chat, I'm going to be for real with you, all right? I'm going to be so for real. Right now, most of the people that I talk to, most of the people that we know are not even close to the Minecraft roleplay community anymore. We're just that type of MCRP community is just something we've never clicked with. And so a lot of the people that we're friends with now are more in the MCYT sphere, variety content, with Earthbound and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's been a lot more fun. So I want to do stuff with them at the end of the day because I think that is what's fun for all of us. Because I don't just do this, at the end of the day, chat, I don't do YouTube and that for money. I don't do it for anything like that. I do it because I want people to enjoy what we do, as well as, me having enjoyment while doing it. You know what I mean? It is a job, of course, but it is also a hobby. It is a fun one at that. So what we're wanting to do with our own storytelling and our own content, I don't know if Minecraft roleplay is really where I'm thinking of being anymore. So that's where I'm at. And I've been even thinking of changing this channel name to the Story Painter MCRP, and then changing the live channel to being just the Story Painter, making that my main, because that's where I've been having the most fun with it. Especially with the Silly Street. The Silly Street, in particular, I want that to go far. I want that to be the crown jewel. All right? Like, there's a project that I'm working on. I still can't talk about it, but I'm going to be teasing it soon. I'm going to be teasing it soon, which will be the crown jewel. But the Silly Street in particular, I want everyone in there to succeed. I want everyone in there to do whatever they want to do. I want anyone in the Silly Street to be able to do the ideas that they want to do. I can help them achieve the ideas that they want to do, and also just do cool shit together. You know what I mean? That's like where I want my priorities to be. And between university for cybersecurity, between like my own like personal writing that I've wanted to do for a while now, there's just a lot of factors into everything. You know what I mean? So let me summarize all of this, because I know I'm just yapping at this point. All right. This is where I'm at. I'm going to see how we're feeling after. We're going to be doing 2 more worlds of Multiversal. If it does well, we'll do the other worlds that we have planned out. I don't want to say what the worlds are of what we had planned, but you'll find out. You'll find out, okay? Maybe I'll tease those to get people excited. I'm going to be doing 2 more worlds of Multiversal. I'm going to be doing a few more episodes of Painter's Office, and then I will be finishing the season of Dawnbreaker, and then we'll go from there. If everything does well and we're not feeling as burnt out, then we'll keep doing stuff. If not, then we'll look and go from there. As for the Painter's Alcove, which has been my team for years now, making roleplay content. For anyone that's in PA, I hope you understand that this will not be the end of that team if we decide to not go with roleplay anymore. I have completely other ideas that is going to be utilizing that team in particular. So, that is not going anywhere. I have way too many ideas. It's going to go places. That's all I'm going to say. So that's kind of like where we're at, chat. My recommendation for you, if you haven't already, a lot of you are actually from the live channel, from Twitch, from all that. That's like where my most active audience is right now, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. My recommendation for you is this. I say go subscribe to this. All right, this is going to be huge. We're going to be putting not just live stuff over there. We've got videos that we're editing right now that is going to be uploaded to this channel. Okay? Like we've done a little bit. We're probably going to do some more comic dubs and whatnot. But we're going to be posting Earthbound SMP videos over here. We're going to be doing more YouTube shorts over here. And we're going to be editing down all our voice actor plays videos, our streams, into condensed videos with some of the best moments in them. And we're going to be uploading them right here. This is where we're going to start be putting, like, everything. Thank you. Thank you, Jay, for putting that in there. I appreciate it. There we go. This is where we're going to be making a lot of content from now on. We're going to try and upload the videos again for the main channel as soon as we can. But this has been the most consistent. This is where we have a schedule each week. This is where we've been keeping up with everything, essentially. So yeah, that's like kind of what I'm feeling right now. This is kind of like what a bunch of my team is also feeling right now, with everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor for any questions that you guys have, because I know there's probably a ton of questions you guys have, like, all together. So if you want to put them in the chat, I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Even if you want to like completely start a conversation starter and whatnot. So if there's any questions that you want to know, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'd be happy to, you know, talk about them and answer them. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to put your questions in there. Golden era of MCRP has kind of passed. And only those who managed to climb the ladder at its peak often achieve the best results on YT. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people that are kind of like on the high end of MCRP, I could probably make a guess. Like I'm sure they'd probably say that like they're loving it and everything, but I have that sneaking suspicion that they also kind of feel trapped in the content they make. They also have to like title things a certain way. They have to have everything look a certain way. The emphasis on storytelling is not there anymore. It is solely marketing it, to make it like as many videos as possible, to extend it out. I don't know. What moment specifically will be in these new VA moment videos? So it's going to be us playing through the streams and stuff, and it's going to be highlighting the more funny, like very funny moments. Where the Silly Street video is going to be posted. So the content group, everyone's making their own videos, right? But you'll probably just see different POVs of like different stuff that we do. So all the videos that I do for Silly Street are going to be on my channel. Let's say Steele wanted to join in on a video, get his perspective, his POV, or if he wanted to do, you know, a video with the Silly Street, he'd post on his channel. There's not going to be like a one channel where everything goes on, essentially, if that makes any sense. What RP mediums have you been planning to choose? Not RP. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll probably keep doing, like, I might keep doing, like, lore SMP stuff. Like, I'm going to be completely going through Caboodle SMP because Caboodle SMP has been, the most fun I've had doing lore stuff in a while. But I'm going to finish up Resonance, and I might do another lore SMP in the future. When you're talking about storytelling, I can't tell you yet. But it's going to be huge. That's all I can say. So I can't tell you what lengths we're going to go to. It's not rude. What do you think of the Origins Minecraft roleplay group? I'm not the biggest fan of Origins. It's not my personal favorite thing. I mean, if people enjoyed it, that's completely up to them. It was not my thing. I wasn't a big fan. Want to make shorter series? We tried making shorter series. I just don't think it worked. To be honest with you. I just don't think it worked. I don't know. I think another thing that like sucks about like multiversal is that like I know it's taken a while to like upload things, because again everyone's been having like crazy schedules, but yeah, I don't know. I got a crazy comment today, essentially saying like the Sonic World arc is taking so long. But it's not even 7. I think it's like 7 episodes in total. And then the FNAF series has over 150 episodes, if you think about it, which is kind of insane to me. I don't know too much about that situation in particular, Arctic. I think Origins had its problems. I think there was a ton of problems with Origins, but I really just don't want to start shit. I really don't. How happy are you with the VA play stuff? I'm very, very content with the VA play series. That is what I've been having a ton of fun with. And that's the big thing, right? That's what's like kind of started like a ton of this, right? Where it's like the VA, the voice actors play series is what has been so much fun. We went through all of Undertale Yellow, TS Underswap, Deltarune, Amori, Undertale, One Shot. We're going through Thousand Year Door right now. And we're gonna try out Earthbound tomorrow. But it's been the most fun so far. And then we got another stream series that we're working on that I think is gonna be even crazier. So I've been having the most fun with that. Just coming up with voices, just going for it. You know what I mean? You ever do season 4 of Earthbound? Probably not. I think season 3 is enough. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do a big SMP again. Like, I'd probably do an SMP for Silly Street, but, like, I don't think I'd want to do a big SMP again like that. It's just too much work. It's what has drawn me to your community. I loved it. Thanks for being your silly self. I appreciate it. Thank you. Still do just chatting streams? Of course I will. Like, even if I don't do just chatting streams like every week, they will be back. I just have too many games I need to play through, and we have too many series that we have to go into. So that's the big thing. Why not make videos that are less serious and just fun and ridiculous? Because we tried doing that, unfortunately, Purple. We tried doing that. We tried doing that with the Friday Night Funkin' series, and nobody liked it whatsoever. And even with Multiversal, these first few episodes that are a little bit more silly, even though we're starting to get into the more serious stuff now, people didn't like it. Or Painter's Office, only a handful of people watched it. So we've tried doing, like, sillier series and less serious series, but, like, nobody watches it, unfortunately. Will you ever return Cityscapes after Earthbound and Resonance is completed? Maybe. I might. I might just leave it on and have people just have fun with it. Honestly surprised Painter's Office did so well the third time, yeah. But that's the thing, chat. Like, I think you're starting... Maybe, like, now you guys are starting to understand, like, why we're starting to feel a little bit burnt out of stuff. It's like, we'll try ideas, and then nothing will kind of work for it. Unfortunately. Any other questions you guys have? Feel free to ask. I mean, I'm here. I'm here to answer, like, a ton of your guys' questions. And if you're watching this, like, back, if you weren't here live, I will try to answer a bunch of comments as well. But I don't know. I've just been enjoying, like, doing stuff on the live channel. Just so much more. And so is, like, my friends. And ultimately, I want them to be happy as well. Where's your monitor in the background? It's so square. Because it's an old one. And this one is just used for my Ubuntu server that I've been practicing with. Okay, but actually, what other mediums will you make stories in if not Minecraft? Give me 2 weeks and I'll get back to you. Something should be ready by then. Give me 2 weeks. I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try. All I know is that I'm going to be doing something that accentuates the writing aspect of everything. What games did you most enjoy in your VA gameplays? Probably Yellow and Underswap are probably the most fun, I think. Except the genocide runs, because those were wanted me to die. But those are probably the most fun, just because some of the dialogue was just really fun to go with. I gotta go with Starlo! Yeah! So you could just kind of like go crazy with the voices and it would still work. Don't bring up Crossbones, bro. I don't want to talk about it. That's like a big thing. Is like also just like the amount of like, I can't tell you how many people would come out to like the streams. Like for those that are on the main channel, we had like 700 something people come out for just us playing through Undertale Yellow, which I think is so much fun. Asked Josh where I should start watching the series, and he sent me a 225 video playlist, and my jaw dropped. Yeah. Oh, there goes my camera again. What's your favorite Minecraft mod? Probably Create. Probably Create. Like, survival-wise, definitely Create. What was your favorite characters that you voiced? Josh in Season 3 of FNAF. Probably. Although, I really like James in Dawnbreaker right now. So probably those two in particular. For games, Starlo. I love playing Starlo so much. I love that cowboy guy. So fun, because I can just do this botched southern accent. Get a little bit gruff with it. And go to the Wild East. Anyways. Other questions you guys have? I mean, feel free to ask. I'm here for a little bit here. Who's your favorite animatronic? See, chat, I cannot get away from it. I can't get away from it. Favorite game of all time? I've thought about it a lot now. I think it would probably be Undertale. For the longest time, it was World of Goo. World of Goo was like my favorite, and I think still sentimental reasons. It probably still is, but I think Undertale has had the longest and most important impact on my life and my writing and like my creative output. I would probably put Undertale. How's your night going so far? I was really nervous doing this stream. Not gonna lie. See, chat, like, listen, it is very difficult for me to try and, like, explain how I'm feeling about stuff, especially about emotions. It comes with, being tistic, you know what I mean? So, it's very difficult for me to explain, what I'm feeling about things. So, if I ever sound like I'm just, like, yapping, that's why. So, best Fallout game in your opinion? I'm going to get crucified for either one, because it's a tie between New Vegas and Fallout 4. Story for New Vegas. I'd say the story, if we're talking story, I'd go New Vegas. If we're talking gameplay, I would go Fallout 4 any day. I love the gameplay of Fallout 4 is my favorite. Favorite Digital Circus character? Kane. Because he's me. Plush is your favorite? Honestly, probably the Kane plush. Yeah, either the Kane plush or the Papyrus one, I think. Question, how are you doing, like, yourself, and how are you feeling? I'm feeling a little bit better now that I'm actually just, like, bit the bullet and tried talking about this. Because I was really, like, worried that, like, everyone here would I feel like I still don't think I communicated what I was trying to say as well as I hoped. But I was really worried that, like, what I was trying to say would get misinterpreted. What are your tips for people who want to also make stories? I admire people with creativity in general, and you're just so cool and so awesome, but in all seriousness, any advice? Make what you enjoy at the end of the day. Doesn't matter what genre, doesn't matter what it is. You just have to put something on paper. You know what? This is great. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay. I put this on paper 7 years ago. This whole binder sucks. Okay? This entire, like, first draft of this story was bad. Okay? All it had was some fan stuff in it. Poorly done grammar, poorly done pace of story, but you know what? I put it down on paper. And that is huge. Okay? Put something down on paper, and you can always adjust it or change it later. You can draw inspiration from stuff that, like, you're passionate in. Okay? Wallace is just on my bed. Don't worry. He's just chilling. He's in the corner of my bed right now. But that's also a big thing, is you can draw inspiration from things that you enjoy. What type of vibes are you trying to go for your story? But most important thing is you could put something down on that paper, and you just work from there. Okay? That's, like, my biggest thing, is just go with what you feel compelled to write. You know what I mean? Go with what you feel like you want to write, and go from there. And you can also just, like, ask, like, you can talk about, like, if you are trying to work on stuff for your story, feel free to talk about it in the Joshua Discord if you want some, like, advice or people, like, help or anything. Like, there's a ton of people in there that are working on creative stuff too. What's your favorite storytelling trope? I guess general idea or theme. I've always loved fantasy. I know it's probably, like, a very broad term, but I've always loved fantasy. I feel like some people, like, take it for granted, but there's something about, like, I've always been enthralled with stuff like D&D, Lord of the Rings, worlds like Elden Ring, anything like that. I just, like, I love. I just got 2 new books from Tolkien. Just because I love that type of fantasy stuff so much. We make videos based on D&D. Yes. The only people who probably ever seen inside that binder is probably Toby and Kevin. No one's actually seen inside the binder. I don't think anyone's actually seen the binder itself. Maybe Kevin has. That's about it. Any other questions, gamers? Take a break with Minecraft roleplay content. Don't do any work for maybe a month or more, and come back and see if you feel any different. The problem is that we haven't really been doing anything in regards to Minecraft roleplay, and we're still feeling the same way. In fact, the fact that we are not working on anything is stressing me out more. that makes any sense. Because it's always like sitting on the back burner. You're like, oh, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. I have to get this done. You know? Have you considered making server events or anything? We used to do a bunch of server events, and we'll probably get back into it. I'll probably just need to get some help from, like, staff or some people, to basically do some Discord server events. Your second favorite character from Undertale Yellow? I'm probably biased because Joseph voiced him, but probably Axis. That one movie night in the Earthbound Discord. Yeah, we watched Morbius. Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that wants to help plan, if anyone wants to help plan, like, stuff for server events, like, we can definitely talk. Get more server events up and running. When is episode 2 of Legend of Anno? Never. I was not happy with that world when I started that. I will say this though, I am happy with that world now. You know what I mean? It took 42 years to finally get that, to get that world where I want it to be. Probably put a half year on there too. Any other questions, gamers, before I head out? We see spread or canonical, non-canonical husband again. No. Chat, I want you to understand. I don't know how this has happened, but Ashwag is still claiming the spread as his daughter, calling it Mrs. Spreadrick. I don't like it, bro. Another thing I want to quickly touch on, by the way, because I just thought of it. There are going to be some story, like, content that's going to be coming soon, eventually. But again, it's not going to be done in a Minecraft roleplay setting. It's going to have a lot to do with getting the site where I want it to be, as well as kind of expanding off the site. So, that will be one thing. And then there will be some other stuff that you'll find out. As I said, I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks I can reveal something about something we're working on. I mean, the one thing, we just have to pick a name for it. And then we can start teasing it. Does that mean Ashswag's last name is also Spreadrick? I guess so. Any other questions, gamers? I will answer two more before I'm done here. Then I'll summarize everything. So I know this took a while. You can relate to the server event / medium question. Have you ever considered a main ARG or something with a bunch of hidden lore? Well, Miku Monarch, I know that you're new to the channel. Chat, would I ever hide stuff about a story? Like, ever? Would I ever do such a thing? Would I ever do such a thing, chat? If only we had a website. That's so true. Maybe I should join a call right after this in the Joshua Discord and show Miku Monarch exactly what we're talking about. Chat. Maybe we should. But in all seriousness, I might have something. But let's say these next couple months I'm making it more than what it is now. But it is something that's also needs to be brought up about Minecraft roleplay, is I feel like I also cannot go as interesting as I can when it comes to certain things. But that might change. You know how it is. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and summarize everything here. So chat, I'm feeling burnout from Minecraft roleplay. I'm going to see how it goes, see if it feels any... if I feel any better, you know, after a few things. We've got a bunch of new series that are not pertaining to Minecraft roleplay very soon. And then we're going to be moving a lot more of our content over to the TheStoryPainter live channel. So if you haven't already, I recommend going to subscribe to that. And even if you watch on Twitch, you might as well subscribe to this because we're going to be putting videos on here. So I suggest going and subscribe. That's where we're going to be making content a ton more of, essentially. Yeah, once we get to 10K, we're going to be doing Delta Traveler, which is going to be a fun little thing. But I want there to be a little bit of a takeaway from this chat. I don't want you to feel sad. I don't want you to feel like this is us, like, giving up or anything. This is just, like, how I've kind of been saying it. It's like, I feel a little bit defeated with, like, the TheStoryPainter, like, roleplay stuff. But I don't feel defeated when it comes to content. How I view all this is that this is just, like, you know, maybe this is the time where it's, like, now is the time to move on to different things. To move on to bigger and greater things. So if you like my storytelling, make sure you subscribe, you know? Like, make sure you subscribe to the TheStoryPainter live channel. Because that's not going away anytime soon. And especially for what we're doing, the characters that we've made are going to be going a lot further and further. It's just a change in medium, as Rocket says. That's the easiest way to say it. So there's still going to be stories that we're going to be making. There's still going to be content and funny things that we're going to be doing. It's just going to be doing things in maybe just a different way. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate you guys letting me put my thoughts out here. Because again, I like to be open and I like to be honest with my audience. I like to just kind of put everything out there for you guys. You know exactly where I'm at. Because I'd like to think that our community is like very, very open and very just like honest with one another. And I kind of feel the same way. Like I want to do the same thing. So that's kind of where we're at. Hopefully you guys aren't too disappointed. But I do recommend that you stick around. Don't unsubscribe yet because there's going to be cool stuff. So yeah, hopefully that's all good. And that's a big thing. Like what you're saying in chat there, Mike. We're just going to be doing things that make us happier. You know? Whatever makes us the happiest, we're going to go with. It's better for our mental health. This guy's just been watching us the entire time. Sorry, I'm just in this parkour world, like, just hopping around. There's just this guy that's just watching us. So, anyway, chat. Love you guys. I wish you all the best. Tomorrow we're going to be live on the TheStoryPainter live channel. We're going to be playing the Earthbound. I think that's pretty much it. If anyone's watching this that wasn't able to make it to the live, feel free to put a comment below if you have a question about anything. Or if you just want to, like, raise your thoughts about anything. I'd be happy to see it. And, yeah, in the meantime, everyone have a fantastic evening. All right? I'll go join a chat in the Discord for a minute or two. So if you guys want to meet there, you be. All right, gamers. I'll talk to you later.